Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck, head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to understand how this meditation will help us to lead towards the wisdom. So when it comes to our life, from ancient time to today, all the human beings always look for happiness and satisfaction. And people do many kind of bodily, verbally, mentally actions to gain this happiness and satisfaction. But when it comes to yourself, now you have enough matured wisdom to understand just the happiness or the calmness is not enough for your life. But through the many kind of tranquility meditation techniques in the ancient time before the Buddha, ascetics and many practitioners used to attain to calmness and certain kind of mental satisfaction and happiness. And they used to develop it as a high mental power. And then they used to believe it kind of like a liberation. And even in today, when it comes to our ordinary life, just imagine if you reach to some kind of calmness or some kind of happiness or some kind of satisfaction, you start to go towards it again and again and again. People try to gain that through different ways, especially many kind of pharmaceutical product and many kind of organic ways that the medicine, in a kind of like Ayurvedic medicine, and some kind of drugs. And people try to develop this happiness, the calmness. And today, the calmness is a very expensive. And as you know, there are many that the mobile apps and try to make you calm. So you have to look into yourself and see. It's a kind of like a very radical way of understanding. That is the very mental behavior, that the attitude that you have to develop when you practice vipassana meditation, especially in the Theravada Buddhist tradition. That is what you start to bring that the logical mind. So then just imagine, no doubt, no arguments. We all need the calmness, happiness, satisfaction. Just keep it to that 3 pillars. So you look for calmness, you look for happiness, you look for satisfaction. And why you need to be calm? Why you need to be satisfied? Why you need to be happy? Why you, from where you try to heading, what you look for? You have to look into that and question. And if you look for calmness, why you need the calmness? So when you start to look for that, there is something else come to you. What is that? That's mean because the calmness is already is there, but you lose it. So rather than looking at the reasons why you lost your calmness, if you look for calmness and try to gain it, even you reach to that, you can't be there. Why? Because you have a lifestyle always to bring the disturb to you. But the thing is, rather than look very carefully and try to get it. So rather than go towards calmness, happiness, or the satisfaction, if you start to look into yourself and see why you lost it, and you start to work for that and clean it, and that is a kind of like a way that you begin that kind of like a purification. And that purification, it's kind of like a cleaning up and get out of something. That what you keep doing. That you're trying to eliminate something, clean something. That is what you need, rather than go towards something. So when it comes to that, what happened? Your intention, the view going to become totally different. And the effort totally, it's rather than go towards the calmness, now you start to use your effort to clean, get out of that unnecessary activities that effect for you to lose your calmness. And another way, that's this effacement. This effacement means eliminating something. So the effacement that you have to develop in you regarding this, that unnecessary thing you develop to disturb your calmness, disturb to your happiness, disturb to your satisfaction. So when it comes to the mind, the practicing meditation, that out of this, all the meditation, and when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, from the very early Buddhism to today, the very classic meditation technique is the breathing meditation technique. There are some other meditation techniques, but one of the major technique is the breathing meditation. Why is the breathing meditation that much important? So in very conventional life, forget about the enlightenment. In this very conventional life, more than any other technique, that when you focus to mindful, when you become mindful regarding your inhalation, exhalation, and right away in that very moment, you gain your calmness. You gain your satisfaction. Just imagine sometimes that it doesn't matter what all the happy moments or the calm moment that you have, but in case if you are not comfortable with the breathing, what will happen? Suddenly, somehow, you try to find a way to breathe. So, and one day I found out it this shirt. When I try to take off it one day, somehow it is stuck in my head area, neck area. And then suddenly it affects for the breathing. And I couldn't breathe. And in that very moment, I understood that, in that very second, if you can't find the breath, what happened, that calmness start to disappear. And it doesn't matter the satisfaction, it start to disappear. Just imagine, you have that this shirt is so, comfortable, and you are so satisfied with it, but I'm so satisfied with it. But in that very moment, it itself, create a situation to attack to the breathing. And then what happened? That comfort disappear. That satisfaction disappear. So like that, anything in the conventional life, that maybe you look and your calmness, your happiness, your satisfaction, you depend on things, but the breathing is the most highest tool that bring the calmness, happiness, or the satisfaction. It is the foundation. And if you want, you can try it. If you have any arguments about it, if you have any doubt about it, claim whatever the calmness, claim whatever the happiness, claim whatever the satisfaction, go for it. And while you're there, and try to stay away from the breath, then you will see. So when it comes to the breathing meditation, remember, and the right away, in the moment that you get into the breathing and you gain this, all the three, and out of that all the other necessary, the comfort zone you develop to go into deeper practice. And another thing is, when it go towards the high mental powers, the high mental powers mean most of the meditation techniques. This is very important. The most of the meditation techniques in day-to-day life, we use to maintain our mental state. We have kind of like a mental identity. We have a mental view regarding ourselves and regarding the world. We try to maintain that. But through the breathing meditation, what happens? It's rather than maintaining, it start to uplift, incline that all your mental views. That's why it creates a very logical mind. When you practice breathing meditation, it develops your logical mind and it develops your analytical mind. You're not going to be the same person every day. By the time, naturally, through the meditation, if you keep practice the breathing meditation, and then you will see, by the time your logical, analytical mind start to develop. So one thing is the calmness, satisfaction, happiness right now in this very moment you gain. Another thing is, it become a profitable skill rather than maintaining your mental state or the views. And what will happen? You develop your logical and analytical mind. And not only that, it expands your awareness. That sometimes you can develop any awareness to meditation, through meditation. It allows you to remain there. So you expand the awareness. The breathing meditation not going to be the same. It expand awareness. So expanding awareness will uplift your mindfulness. Bring the mindfulness to the right place. Another thing is the breathing meditation, the observation of inhalation, exhalation. It's directly, not it's kind of like not get help from something or bypass. It's directly connected to the mindfulness. Because when you focus to the inhalation, exhalation, in that very moment, you connected to the mindfulness. It's like a direct flight, not transit. Because there are some, like as example, precept. It's a kind of like, it's not going to take you to liberation. Your discipline records, it's not going to take you to your liberation. It doesn't develop your wisdom. It doesn't matter how disciplined you are. It will develop a good environment. So see that it doesn't have a direct effort to your mindfulness. But the practicing breathing meditation, it directly takes you to the mindfulness. Another thing is, from the Buddha and all the Buddhas, through this, all the practice, attaining to the Buddhahood, they all take this path. If they all go through observing inhalation, exhalation. And it has a deeper connections to the four foundations. When you observe the inhalation, exhalation, and the right away, you gain that all the benefits, and at the same time, it directly develop the mindfulness, and not only that, contemplating the body, contemplating the sensation, contemplating the mind, contemplating the phenomena, this all four section can covered through observing inhalation. So that's why we keep this technique as our master technique. Why? Because that is the master technique when it comes to path of liberation. But that doesn't mean everybody need to take it. It's up to you. And maybe if you feel some comfortable things that another way, it's up to you. Another thing is, when you go in this path, there are so just imagine, this is the path, that this is the engine work, take you towards liberation. So now you know happiness, satisfaction, calmness. So those are very necessary, things for us to settle down in our conventional life, and also for our spiritual practice. So now practicing meditation, the breathing meditation will provide that. Another thing is, it is not that we go towards calmness and we have to come to a point to see and clean ourselves, that where we lose the calmness, where we lose happiness, where we lose the satisfaction. So breathing meditation will bring that all back. And so once it become engine, once it take you towards the liberation or the wisdom, there are major 3 pillars that you always need to work. So the one is the view. The view regarding that your practice, yourself, regarding breathing. And another way, that when it comes to the Eightfold Path, it has the right view, or kind of like that. And so the overall, just imagine, it's that regarding your view, why you practice, and what is the reason, what you look for. So those are very important things, because that can change your destination. And when it comes to that, the breathing meditation, it will clear your view. How it clear your view? So as example, in the moment you have a certain view. Just imagine you have a kind of like a dualistic mind regarding, you know something, this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. So like that. In this very moment, you know something about it. So how the view you develop, what is the view you change? You have to overcome the view regarding that whatever that you believe this is right, you have to overcome that. When you think something, this is wrong, you have to overcome that. That is a very difficult part. You have to have a very clear, sharp mind regarding that. Because most of time what happened out of teachings and out of practice, we feed to our own right view or our own ideas or the intention. Whatever your view, you keep feeding to it. You don't want to overcome it. So as example, that I have that view regarding this and believing, oh, this is good. This is something good. So then I hold it to that. If somebody says this is bad, I go against it. So then if somebody says this is good, and I become friend with that person. So I always feed to my view regarding that engaging with the environment. So overcome my own view means that I have that the believing or the view, this is right or this is wrong. So by practicing, what happens, you start to overcome this, and you shift to different dimension. And rather than hold it to this is right, this is wrong, you yourself start to shift to different level. So that is how you purify yourself. So that is what you need day-to-day life. Otherwise, the very mistake we do, even listening to Dharma talks and listening to spiritual talks or practice meditation techniques or like that, sometimes you will see, you have some kind of view. If somebody says that related to that, you think, oh, this person very good. You have no idea about that person. Maybe he's a very criminal, maybe he's a very liar, a dogmatic person, and teach a lot of, unnecessary, unwholesome things. But you become so comfortable and you say, he's so good. Why? Because you attach to your view, and that person start to feed you and give a head massage. You feel so good about that person. That is how we maintain our life. When somebody says something and related to your view, you become good with that person. No, that is very wrong. When it comes to purify you, because that kill you, that is what killing your calmness or the happiness or the satisfaction. So that's why when it comes to view, you have to clean the view. So when you practice breathing meditation, it brings that the mechanism to clean your view. What does that mean? So whatever that you hold it to right or the wrong, by the time you start to uplift yourself and you let go your own view, you become released from that. I used to believe, oh, this is so good, this is so right. I start to release from it. I start to become free from that. My own view. That is where you gain the calmness, satisfaction, or the happiness. So if anybody gives some details for you to remember, release that, your view from that, whatever you hold, that should be your good. kind of like that should be you follow. You should follow that, because that will, by the time that is help you to purify it again and again, and you have to get that mechanism. So then evaluate yourself. And the happiness, you maintain some happiness yourself already as who you are so far in this life. So just remember, if somebody give you some information to yourself to maintain that happiness, or if somebody else tell that maybe that person doesn't know what you do, just imagine you run 1 mile per day, every day, 1 mile you run. So then you go to a kind of like a, spiritual retreat, and in that retreat, you find a guru or teacher, and that teacher tells you, oh, if you run, 1 mile per day, you practice your spiritual practice going to become so good. When you hear that, you feel so happy, relaxed. Oh, wow, this teacher is so good. You have no idea what about that teacher, or what he's teaching. You so good because he or she, that authorize and kind of like, validate that what you keep doing. So that's why you feel so good about it. And then you start to follow. But it will never help you to get out of it. So then practicing breathing meditation, here breathing meditation means the very classical word, the anapanasati, contemplating on your inhalation, exhalation, not other breathing meditation. Yeah? So just remember that. So practicing this anapanasati will help you to get out of that, all the wrong views. So that is one thing. That's why, every day at least try to find 5 minutes, 10 minutes, so like that yourself, keep practice. It's nothing wrong that you listening to others, or you read books, or you follow someone. It's nothing wrong. You have to do it. We all do that. But at the same time, remember to clean yourself, get out of that mess that's happening inside you. Is you have to develop the mechanism, because otherwise you again and again you go back to the same situation. So that is one thing. It clear your view. So get into the very, very, clear viewpoint. So that is one thing that this engine, take forward the view. Another one is the effort. So practicing anapanasati, or the contemplating inhalation, exhalation, will increase the effort. So that effort towards cultivate the wholesome activities day by day, day by day. That the effort that have within us. And sometimes we maintain in a certain way, physical effort, mental effort, and we maintain it in a certain way. And the same thing, now you can apply that whoever, that says that to kind of like validate that whatever the effort that you keep doing, and maybe you feel so good about that person. But if there is any person try to increase your effort, and to bring the clarity inside you, and bring the effort towards the wholesome things, and that is what the blessings, not the effort that, oh, whatever that you keep doing. Maybe other people around, our friends, mostly they don't like to say no to us. They always try to, say yes. Why? They don't want to hurt us sometimes, and maybe whatever the not wrong, but it's not profitable for us, and sometimes they keep doing it, and no one help for us ourselves to get out of this unprofitable the lifestyle. They don't give a kind of like a push, so maybe when no one disturbed that, you think, oh, that's a good person. There's nothing wrong with that person, but at the same time, remember, in a very deeper, in a spiritual life, it doesn't make any sense. You're just, wasting time. So that's why the second one is the effort. So when you increase the effort in a right way to develop the wholesome activities, what happened? Your calmness, your happiness, your satisfaction going to be there. So one thing then, that you lose your calmness, happiness, or the satisfaction, one reason, you hold it to some kind of wrong views. You don't clear your view. You don't uplift your view. Another one is, you don't have the right effort, that's mean enough effort to get out of these unwholesome activities. And you have very minor way of that, put effort towards the wholesome activities. So that is one thing, you lose the calmness, happiness, and the satisfaction. So the third, the point in this, the engine that keep move forward is the mindfulness. And when you come to the breathing meditation, what happens? Anapanasati, contemplating your inhalation, exhalation, your mindfulness going to be at the right place. And it always develop and expand and take you deeper, deeper, deeper. And it strengthens your mindfulness, sharp your mindfulness, expand the duration of the mindfulness out of the breathing meditation. So, and sometimes in day-to-day life, we practice some other meditation techniques. It allows you to be mindful, but by the time, it's kind of like you mesmerize, you addicted to that. It becomes just, normal. It's kind of like a become habitual pattern. And then you just get into that, and then you stay there, you feel so good, and, and every day the same. It doesn't make any development in you. It doesn't take you to any deeper. Every day you just, experience the same thing, and then you feel good. But here the feeling good doesn't work in, for us when it comes to end of the day. You know that. So then the mindfulness need to expand. So breathing meditation will take you deeper, deeper, deeper into the very root level, very bottom level, to see whatever you experience. And not to depend on the past or the future, or kind of like that. Not to depend on thoughts or the theories or the methods or the patterns or the habits or the memory. It's just be there itself. Very sustainable way you experience your life. So those are the reasons why we need to practice meditation. And when we practice meditation, what happened to us and what are the benefits. So like that. So then remember yourself, whenever you have opportunity, master yourself. It's not a kind of like every day you keep doing the same thing like that. You have to have the effort to push your limit. That doesn't mean you struggle, you become a challenge to yourself. No, because when it comes to this physical practice, push our limits kind of like a struggle. But when it comes to the mental practice, push your limits mean your awareness become more sharp and clear. Your mindfulness, you expand. knowingly, and you take it as a very conscious decision. So that's why. And then once you develop that, and your calmness, your happiness, your satisfaction, you gain right now, right here. So then remember yourself, we lose our happiness, satisfaction, and the calmness. One thing is we have the wrong view, and one thing is we have the wrong effort, and one thing is we have the wrong mindfulness. So through the meditation, breathing meditation is one of the key master meditation technique, contemplating inhalation, exhalation. Bring your view, clear it, sharp it, uplift it. Effort, bring it, sharp it, clear it. Strengthen your effort. And the mindfulness, bring it, clear it, sharp, expand it. So then every day not going to be the same. Day by day, day by day, day by day, it will uplift. And when that path when you take, what happened? That all the other things that you have done to lose your calmness, satisfaction, happiness will disappear. That all the unwholesome things eliminate. And that way, by the time your life itself, you don't look for calmness, you are calm. And you don't look for satisfaction, you are satisfied. You don't look for happiness, you are happy. So when the day comes for you to something like that, you have no effort to go out of it or get into something. But look at ourselves, oh, I want to attain to Nibbana, oh, I want to attain to wisdom, oh, this life so suffering, I don't like this, I hate this, as soon as possible, I have to get out of this. Why you think like that? Do you think you can get like that way? You're never going to find any exit. You know why? Because inside, you have the wrong view regarding even the practice. So that's why. And just settle down with the breathing. That doesn't mean 24/7 you have to practice breathing meditation. No. When you have time, call it 5 minutes, call it 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Just keep doing. So then you will see the result. Because once you tune to that, it's going to remain there. It's going to remain there with you. So once you are able to carry it, as long as you can, without dropping your mindfulness, without dropping your effort, without dropping that your view, if you are capable to carry it as long as you can, and if you are capable to increase the duration, so then by the time 24/7 it's going to be there. So with that, so let's get into practice a little bit now. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. and allow your inhalations, exhalations happen as it is. And just recognize through the sensation. So do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please, and observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. And to your left side. And to your right side. Downward and upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.